guys, Rick Shaw here. Last couple of days, it's 28th of February, by the way. Last couple of days I was doing a lot of running around, and I decided for you expats that are here and some that are going to be coming here, I want to do something about the driving here. In my experience of being here 8 years, if you can get away from the American mentality and say heck with the car, you're going to be far better off. It's going to be a lot better. Just say heck with it. But if you got to get a car, I bought a new one, and it's everything I wanted. I used to love to drive. I hate to drive here, and they smash into you, and you pay. So it's not a happy thing for me when it comes to the car. Now, I had motorcycles here. I was fine with that. Tricycles, and then they had the Piaggio. That works out really good. I really enjoyed that. I didn't mind driving those at all, just little local trips. But if you want to go far, you can take stinking dog. What a loud mouth. I hate these dogs around here. But the transportation here, bar none, is the best in the world. You can go pretty much anywhere you want, and you get there stress-free. But I wouldn't recommend driving here. But if you do, if you say, okay, I'm going to drive here, one of the things you can do to make it better is don't ever assume that you have the right of way, because you don't. Don't do it. If you're on a road and there's a road coming out to the right, be ready to stop, because some dude and his wife, both with helmets on, and two babies with no helmets on, are going to come flying out of there, not even looking. They're not going to look. And then when you slam on the brakes and swerve to the left and smash into the other car, they're flipping you the bird because you did something wrong. I'm telling you guys, this is what you're going to run into. So don't assume you have the right of way. When Tropical Tim was here, he even said, I'm a real mellow driver. I don't get in any hurry. My wife, she gets stressed out and she's not even driving because the way, it's like whack-a-mole here. They just keep popping up out of everywhere. I used to say when I first started driving here, that Filipinos, they wake up in the morning and the first thing they do is they wonder, what am I going to do today to kill myself? Honestly, what I used to say, they'll pull out in front of you, they won't look. Tricycle drivers, forget it. They'll even look and see you and pull out in front of you anyway, because they know you're going to stop. Because if you hit them, you're going to pay. You're going to pay, guys. And it's not just foreigners, it's Filipinos too. But personally, myself, if I had to do it all over again, I would have just stuck with the tricycle or the Piaggio and said screw it on a car. And for long trips, we just took the bus. Just stupid. Or if we could get grandma to watch the kids, then we would have took a motorbike somewhere. But car here it's just not fun, guys. If you were like me and like to drive, I used to love to drive. I just didn't mind it at all. But not here. It's absolutely no fun. They got traffic crocodiles out to get you. Me, I think because of the white beard, they target me. So that's not good. And they're just begging for money. There was one time, I'm not giving you no money. Screw you. Give me my license back. Just give it back. What charge you got me on? And I had got out of the car when the cop stopped me, and I didn't have a camera with me, but I took pictures on my phone of me stopped before the intersection. And he was just trying to extort me. And he figured if he held me up long enough, and I wasn't going anywhere. I had my arms crossed. Nope. And I was snapping his pictures and his buddy's pictures. You're a witness. And finally he just said, get out of there. But this is what you're going to run in. They're going to try to extort you. It's just going to be absolutely no fun. They see a nice car like that and they say he's got money, and let's go after him. So it's a royal shame the way it goes. But big thing here, if you're coming from the U.S., I drove in Boston, which is really, really wild. I drove in China. That was another place that was really wild. And I drove in California. I drove in a lot of places, and it was okay. I didn't mind it. Not here. This place right here, there's absolutely zero discipline with the people driving. None at all. Just think about it. Here's just an example of the people here. Okay? You'll have a dude on his motorcycle. His wife is sitting in the back, and they're holding 2 babies. None of them are wearing helmets, but they're wearing masks. Think of that mentality for a second. Just let that sink into your head for a minute of the mentality here when it comes to driving. It's just ridiculous. And when it comes to this place, it's not if an accident's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, because somebody's going to run into you. I was coming down the road completely in the right of way, and some stupid motorcycle smashed into my side. But the way he hit it in the corner right here and fell forward and smashed the hood, and then lied his ass off. And the police there were siding with him. They were just all of a sudden, they were his best buddy. And they're like, oh, come on, man, you got money, just pay the guy. And I'm like, wait a minute, no, I want the camera footage. I want all the footage here. And I was going to fight this. I want to see the camera footage, because this guy was 100% at the wrong, but my wife went down and just paid it, which I was not happy about that at all. I wasn't happy about that deal at all. She should have never stuck her nose in there. She wasn't even in the car when it happened. And they had cameras all over the place. It would have got this guy, and then he'd have fixed my car, not me. I'm the joker who had to fix my car. And I wasn't happy about that at all. But I don't know. It's what you run into here. I know a couple expats that, 2 of them that don't drive at all. And they're like, we don't want to. What for? I can get anywhere I want to go. Now, my one buddy has a tricycle, very nice one, by the way, and he gets all around wherever he wants to go. And we did too. We took a trip from GMA, and we drove all the way down to Batangas on the boat when my kids were babies. And then we went all the way to Califan in Mindoro, and we did a whole month-long trip all along the island of Mindoro. We got to see the Munions down there. We got to visit some of her families and her uncle, and we did it all in a tricycle. I had a custom-made tricycle, and we had a royal blast. There was no trouble with the traffic. It seems when you're a tricycle, they leave you alone. The fees are always low. There's a place where we drive around here. I come through with the car. I got to pay them every time I go through a gate somewhere. 5, 10, 15 pesos every time. You're on a tricycle, they don't bother you. You just go right through. There's no charge for a tricycle, dude. So we're getting a tricycle again. I just saw a girl up here on the corner. Her mother lives up there, and she comes to visit, and they got the coolest tricycle. And it's on the bike I want to get also. And I got her number so that we can get her tricycle builder. And it was already high enough for me to sit in. It wasn't high enough for me to drive. I would have had to been scooching down, but that could be raised up 4 or 5 inches, I'm sure, no problem. So that's what we're going to do again. I'm going to keep the car for the longer trips, but I'm not going to use it locally. I'll take the tricycle, or we'll take a motorcycle. I'm going to buy a tricycle and a motorcycle coming up here when we move. I don't want to get it here because the way they do the license plates here, you never get your license plate. For years, you don't get them. And until LTO sends the ORCR, which could take 6-8 months, the dealership will give you papers to last you, a week at a time for a month or so. So then you got to go back to the dealer and they got to print you out some more so you can drive your vehicle legally here. It's just crazy the way, the system here. I don't know who runs the deal on the plates, but the dude who was handling that thing, I think he stole all the money and moved to Siberia or something. I have no idea. But the plate money's all gone. So my first motorcycle I bought in 2013. No, wait, it was 2012. Never got a plate for that one. Then I got another one, I got the tricycle in 2013. Never got a plate for that one. Got the Piaggio in 2016. Never got a plate for that one. It's just what happens. We got guys that are visiting here right now. They got. I'm not going to show you their plates or anything like that, but they're homemade plates. They don't give you plates here. Cars they do, but bikes they don't. and tricycles and all that. But the funny thing is, I wanted to buy the tricycle and ride it around as a motorcycle for a while, and the dealership said the only way you can do that is you have to, if you do it as a tricycle, you got to put a tricycle on it very quickly, and otherwise you got to wait a whole year and leave it as a motorcycle before you put a tricycle on it. I'm like, man, that sucks. You know, the way they do the law things here are silly, but you know, that's to me. It's their way. You know, you gotta kind of go with the flow here. The way they do things, they don't do things on any kind of righteous way. They just do things willy-nilly. Some dude that runs the show, he decrees something, and that's the way they do it here. And then everybody else follows suit. Filipinos don't balk if their boss has them do something that's incredibly stupid. They just do the incredibly stupid thing, and they're super tough on dotting their I's and crossing their T's and all this stuff, and they're afraid to make any decisions. You know, so getting any kind of extra help from anybody, forget it. It's not going to happen unless you got a lot of cash and start paying people off. The one thing here in this country, if you're got any kind of problems with LTO, or just start throwing the cash down, and all of a sudden, all is good. It's the way, it's the culture here. It is the culture here. This is just my observation. I'm not going to say it's good, bad, or otherwise. It's just my observation. They all of them, I don't care what place you run into, probably not NBI when you go down to get your stuff down there. I doubt, I never tried, but I doubt that would ever happen. But most every place you deal with, you fork over some cash, you're gold. You know, it's like Bruce Springsteen with his supercard. He just got busted for being a drinking and driving. He got off scot-free. So he paid somebody off, you know that. So, but that's where we're at today, 28th of February. We got some absolutely really beautiful clouds today, and it's not too hot. I'm a little bit sweaty now because the breeze quit, but we had a breeze earlier. But I'm gonna let you go. Don't want to make it too long. Don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.